A Chicago Bears rookie has won an award, and it is not Caleb Williams. And C-Dub's not going to like it. We're going to talk about it all. Plus, how can the Bears fix the offense in week 5 against the Panthers? All that and more right after this.
Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We got Bobby, C-Dub, myself, Haize in the building. Fellas, we got to start it off with C-Dub's favorite position group to talk about, kickers.
Cornerback? Oh, you talking about
kickers. Tory Taylor wins Special Teams Player of the Week. He did a great. You gotta admit it, C-Dub. He did a great job.
He did a great job. He was pinning them back there and everything. Okay, I got respect for him a little bit.
Okay, a little respect. How much respect are you giving him? What is this percentage of the respect?
Well, shit, I don't exaggerate or downplay anything. Like when I say a little bit, I mean just a little bit.
You exaggerate a lot, bro. You said Kevin Durant could win MVP. I mean, that's a little bit of an exaggeration.
That's not it. Okay. It's football.
You know, one thing I love about doing so many shows with your ass, I know so many things that contribute you, bro.
It be like that. You be ready.
Bobby, how you feeling, brother?
I'm happy for him. Keep it up. I think he's gonna have plenty more opportunities coming up here soon. I think it's gonna be some things that the Bears gonna continue to work on. And I don't care about the award. I mean, I'm happy for that he got it, but I care about the contribution to winning. So if you're gonna get it and it contributes to winning, I'm all for it. But nonetheless, just do your job. That's what I'd be most proud of. And you always gonna get the praise from me as long as you're doing a job because we cover the team inside and out.
And I just want to give him his little props, man. Shout out to the young fella, to the young Australian kid. And I will say this might be not the last one for the season with the new rule changes to the kickoff. He might be winning a lot of these. He might win a lot of these if he's good as y'all say he is.
You've seen it. Why you keep saying this? We say it. You've seen it.
We seen it. Though.
Yeah, we seen it one time, bro. We seen it one time. Damn, could we see that shit for a amount of time, bro? Damn, could we see that shit go on for a little bit? He a kicker. Jeez. What the? Come on, man.
Now, with that said, with Tory Taylor winning Special Teams Player of the Week, which shout out to him, and you know, I put that at the top of the show literally just to fuck with C-Dub. We could have waited to talk about that the last topic. I put it on the thumbnail and everything, so when C-Dub came in here, he had to see it. So you know, I'm not above trolling. It is what it is. I'm gonna troll like C-Dub, bro. Man. Sometimes it be like that. Are we brothers if I don't troll you? That's all I can ask, bro. Like,
that's a fair point.
Just saying.
It's a fair point.
But with that said, Jaquan Brisker, who had himself a hell of a game against the Rams, probably his best game in the Chicago Bears uniform. He did not win Defensive Player of the Week. How do you guys feel like he was snubbed from Defensive Player of the Week, which went to old boy from Atlanta, Troy Anderson from Atlanta, the linebacker from Atlanta, who had less tackles than Jaquan Brisker, had less tackles for a loss than Jaquan Brisker, and did have an interception for a touchdown, but overall, Jaquan Brisker had a better impact for him in my opinion. How do you guys feel about was Jaquan Brisker snubbed for the Defensive Player of the Week award?
Absolutely, Jaquan Brisker was snubbed. I think the one thing that put the other guy from the Atlanta Falcons over the top because he had the picks. You know, he had the pick six. He actually scored. But when you look at Jaquan Brisker's day, he had a great sack at a time where we needed to get off the field. I think we needed to score another point for another touchdown or score another score for we can be comfortable in this game. And also he got the game sealing interception and plus 12 tackles as well. With this great defense, with the great tackling we got spread around this defensive team, I just think it's a snub. They looking at the pick six. A pick six is tremendous, but you got to look at it in context. He ended the game and he made another big. And you can add in that hit to stop him at third down.
Oh, that's like 3. Well.
That was a big monster play too. So I think he really got snubbed this time right here.
I agree with you. I think that he did get snubbed. We talking about, I know, the game sealing stuff, but he had an interception that would have been game changing. That was called off because he stepped out of bounds before, and didn't get established before he touched the football. But it is what it is. This is what's gonna happen to Chicago Bears players, and it's gonna happen quite often this season, in my belief. But no, I don't. Hey, I know what he made of. He been doing a lot of talking. He been backing it up as of lately. I expect another great game on Sunday because they ain't give him his award that he earned.
Don't you feel like Jaquan Brisker feel like he a little more lively than the last, even his rookie year? I think he was like banged up the last 2 years. He looked a little more lively and athletic out there on the field.
I think it's more than that. Like I talked about it a little bit on the daily. I know you've been working today, so you probably haven't got a chance to watch it. But like, so there's a reason for that.
Go ahead.
In Jaquan Brisker's rookie year, he was inside the box 69.8% of the time, rounding it up to 70% of the time. In his second year, 65% of the time. Now that Kevin Byard's there, he's only been in the box 48% of the time. So it's allowing Jaquan Brisker to roam a little bit more, which is allowing him to use his athleticism. And I think that you can probably expect Jaquan Brisker, put him on the board for, I think, 4 interceptions this year. Because of that adjustment to how he's able to use him. So now we're seeing that we're able to scheme to use Jaquan Brisker to use more of his God-given ability. On top of, he's also taking a step up, I think, as well in his third year. I think we're going to see the best version of Jaquan Brisker this year.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think that's gonna be a big contribution by having Kevin Byard alongside of him. We know that alongside Eddie Jackson. Eddie Jackson was that ball hawk. He was out of position a lot of times. From what we've seen so far, Kevin Byard, he gonna stay disciplined. He gonna be where he needs to be. And Brisker even talked about it in the offseason before all these games got rolling around, that Kevin Byard and his position and knowing where to be and them guys trusting each other on where they supposed to be, it is gonna allow him to be able to go out there and make more plays. When you say the 4 interceptions, I'm buying that for sure.
Absolutely. So Brisker's playing that Eddie Jackson 2018 role. That's what y'all saying.
Well,
I
no,
would say it's
they're
different than
sharing
that.
it.
Lurking.
They're both doing it. They're both able to do it. Which
okay.
Yeah.
Which is better, more dynamic. You can do more things as far as strategy with the team. That's one of my favorite players, Jaquan Brisker. He just put it out all on the line. Him and Rojo, some of my favorite players on the Bears. They just put it all on every play. They play it like it's the last, bro. I love those guys.
Yeah, and I would say that the last point, just to add on, like it's very important to be able to have that trust with the guy that's going to be that single high safety. So that's going to allow Brisker to be able to do what he needs to do, and then you don't have to worry about a play being broken down or a blown coverage, happening because last year Eddie Jackson thought he trusted his instincts, but those wasn't the best moves at that particular moment that Eddie Jackson made, and so far Byard been good with that position. So we own up from on here.
Yeah, that's a fact. Now I'm about to catch a body just because I feel like being petty. You see it? You see it? You see me about to catch the body?
Yeah.
Because first of all, Deshaun, first of all, the fact that your parents put an apostrophe in your name just tells me right there that your parents were stupid and they knew you were going to be stupid on top of that. Secondly, how much of a person are you not used to having any form of success that you got to come to another channel to say thank you for somebody we didn't fucking want? Have the success now, the long-term success. Secondly, you're in your profile picture holding up money while you ain't got no fucking line in, my bro. Like your priorities are all out of whack here. This is Chicago, my boy. You can get flamed around this bitch, my boy. First of all, come on, let's take a look at this. First of all, my boy, you look all of 16 years old. Secondly, you got 2 earrings in your ear and some money that we know was supposed to be for your mama's rent money. On top of that, let's talk about those tight-ass pants that you have and the fact that hoodie you got on came from the fucking Chinaman. Let's talk about that, my boy. Go get your life together looking like you arch your fucking eyebrows. I know you paint your nails, nigga. Don't come in here trying to flame on that shit. You in the wrong motherfucking place for this shit, bro. You stepped into the wrong motherfucker. You should have went to CHGO Bears with that shit. We roast motherfuckers around here, my guy.
That's a fact, though.
Get your life together.
Hey, all jokes aside, yeah. What is wrong with buddy?
Like,
I know y'all excited, bro. But okay, I don't even want to pour on y'all parade. I ain't even gonna say nothing, bro. But
Hey, let him have it. You should feel
You
good
got
about
it, bro.
Jaden Daniels. But the thing is that what Haize said,
No,
we never wanted him.
yeah,
we
yeah,
never
I mean,
wanted him.
why you acting like we gave him to y'all or something? That's
Exactly. Like,
that's
what are we
what was
talking
left.
about?
He was left.
He was left.
You had
That's
no
crazy. By
Y'all
the
would have
way,
had Caleb if he would have took Jaden.
and thank you for Montez Sweat. We appreciate you,
Oh
my
yeah,
boy.
we appreciate that, bro. Thank you. We appreciate that for real.
For sure.
That's crazy, man. That's wild, bro. That's like that's crazy, man. He said that's my cousin. First of all, if this is you in the shorts on your channel, it's even worse, my boy. Because first of all,
You
tell
should
your
just ride it out, bro.
see now you just reinvigorated the flame. Because my guy, let me ask you another question in this bitch. Why do your gums and your teeth not meet and agree? Why do your gums and your teeth not meeting and agreeing? Under the name of the Lord, why do your gums and your teeth not meet? What are we doing here, my boy? And your mustache, why do you have enough space between your top lip and your mustache to fit a dick? Like, what are we doing here, my boy? What are we doing here?
Damn.
You not
Shout out
gonna
to
win
Tracy
this
in the
battle,
chat.
my boy.
Shout out to Tracy in the chat.
Like, what the hell happened?
This man got more gums than money, and then you got another grown man in your profile picture talking about some thank you for Jaden Daniels.
Oh my God! All right,
Just ugly, bro. It's so stupid, bro. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like it don't make any sense.
you better tell him to
Said
eat
it
some
don't
ham
make sense.
sandwiches. You better tell Jaden Daniels to eat some damn ham sandwiches.
You thanking us for somebody that we never wanted, that was never on the team, while we got your player that was damn near dominant. Like, come on, bro. What are we talking about, man?
It's
He ain't
crazy,
talking
ain't it?
about that, man. He know better, man.
This
They
man
just
got
excited.
this man got athlete's foot of the gums, and he over here talking shit.
What?
That's crazy, bro. Like,
Halitosis.
Wait a minute.
My man's got halitosis.
Athlete's feet. The gums is
gums,
crazy.
my boy.
They told y'all about sucking them toes, didn't they?
What the fuck? Keep them socks out your mouth, boy.
That's
least make it washed
crazy,
up.
bro.
Make
That's
it wash up before
wild,
you suck
man.
the toes, Brody.
That's crazy, bro. Like, anyway, the roast session is. I don't even remember what the fuck we was talking about. What was we talking about?
We was talking about Brisker, but we was moving
Oh,
on.
yeah. Yeah, shout out to Jaquan Brisker. He should have won Defensive Player of the Week. He got more coming in line for him, no doubt there. But let's get on pace here. How you guys feeling about coming into week 5, and what's some of the things that you guys, because we know the defense is taken care of. The defense has been elite. There are a lot of things that point towards this defense by the end of the season be one of the best defenses in the game of football. When you look at it, and I'm gonna go over some numbers here, and then we can move on and talk about the offense. So far, the Chicago Bears are 8th in points allowed per game and 18.8. They're 8th in passing yards allowed per game. They're 10th in total yards allowed per game at only 295 per game. 8th in takeaways, and they're 4th in pressure rate. So far, this defense is fucking legit. Period. There's no way around it. It's a legit defense.
I'm just the Russian defense. They gave up some big yards. I think they gave up 117 against the last team that we played, and they gave up a big game against the Colts. I feel like we getting gashed on first down a lot for 5 and 6 yards, especially early in the first half. We got to get that together when we start playing against teams like the Lions, who just running over people, and go on Green Bay, who look like they can't do nothing but run. So we got to get it. It ain't bad, but it's a little troubling. You got to keep your antennas up on the Russian defense. To me,
For sure. For me, I think this is the defense should absolutely dominate this game. You're at home again. Defend home turf. That's all I really care about. I think the defense specifically, they're gonna be able to pin their ears back and get out the Andy Dalton. You already heard some guys mention them. Oh yeah, the red rifle. That's what we playing Sunday. Yeah, I think it was Jalen Johnson that said, yeah, we playing the red rifle. One of them guys mentioned, and that's I'm happy to hear that. This is a game that the Chicago Bears. Hey, I don't care how easy you think it is. I'm going back to that same sentiment. You ain't got no skin in the game to think that you could just roll over anybody. This is the NFL. Any given Sunday, you come in here thinking that you're gonna be able to walk through and just lean on your defense 100%. you're gonna find yourself in another Tennessee situation. I don't want that. You supposed to
Dalton.
This is a game. You supposed to be whooping their ass.
But Dalton ain't no, he ain't garbage. He ain't
Oh,
that
yeah, for
great,
sure.
but he can play football. So
course.
don't go in there thinking like you just got you one. He can play. Now I seen him win games.
For sure. He still got a little left in there. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be better than Bryce Young. I wish they was trotting Bryce Young out there, but nonetheless, we got Andy Dalton. I got some confidence in my defensive unit.
I remember when y'all was in this chat arguing, trying to talking about some trade Justin and get Bryce Young drafting with the first pick.
Oh, bro.
I remember those days. I remember those days.
And that's another thing that, like, it's funny what comes with growth, right? And this isn't even a flex or anything like that, but because that was our first basically off season going into it, right? It's always funny to me how when you have like 300 subscribers, you can say the exact same thing as what you do now that we have 16,000 subscribers, and motherfuckers be like, you don't know what the fuck you talking about, but y'all see that subscriber nothing, and now y'all listen to us. The fuck?
Yeah, bro, that's real, bro.
That is real.
It's crazy, bro.
Fired, bro. They fired the young man.
How you get fired in your second year on the job, bro? You were the number one pick.
You're supposed to be the man.
Number one, bro.
That's crazy.
Hey,
bro.
man, that Jamarcus Russell might be in danger if it don't start turning around. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
Jamarcus Russell had a longer time now.
He was, bro. The man literally used to receive the ball and shotgun and just throw it to the other team. To the other team. Jamarcus Russell was
I feel like at some point Jamarcus Russell was just at the point where he was just like, I want to know how bad I can be.
Right, like what?
Embrace
how bad can I be before they finally fire me? Like how like
take it away.
Exactly before they take it away from me. He's a millionaire. At that point, it's like, hey, yeah, I didn't work out in the NFL, so I might as well see how bad I can be before they finally get me up out of here.
For real, what?
That's crazy. All right, let's switch to the offense, man. What are some of the things you guys want to see from the offense to continue getting on track? They showed a little bit, right? What's some of the things you want to see to keep the positive trend going for the offense?
I think it's two things that every Bears fan would agree. The first one is let's continue to build up that running game. We had a first breakthrough with 93 yards from DeAndre Swift and a couple tough runs from Rojo Johnson. So it looked like you kind of found your guys that you want to use. I'm sorry, Herbert, but it looked like you kind of found the guys that you want to use and that could be impactful for you. And the second one, we just got to get DJ and Caleb on the same accord. We have to, bro. And we looking good every week. Caleb, his QBRs going up every week. It ain't gotta be the yards. It ain't gotta be 363 like the previous week. It could be 147 and he don't turn the ball over. He make nice, crisp, pristine passes when he need to. And the hero ball plays, they gonna come because it's just Caleb. Yeah. That's who he is. But it seems like he pacing himself. I just need him and DJ to get on that accord. I think that's
close. A great point. That's a great point.
But they gotta get together, bro, because that's the best receiver on the team. I'm sorry. You gotta get online with the best receiver on the team.
For sure. I agree with everything you said. I think that the key for the offense is the personnel gotta line up with the damn OC. We understand that there has to be some type of setup, but the players also gotta execute the plays as well. And all these players gotta have next play mentality. You can't get down on yourself. You got to move to the next play. And I say Shane Waldron that's holding him accountable for everything. Don't start trying to get cute with stuff. Last week, you played a boring game. But guess how excited we was because we were scoring touchdowns and playing good complimentary football. Build on that. Don't try to come in here and throw some other kinks in there. Now, I understand if Swift might not be having, the 93-yard performance with the big rushes or everything like that. But still, lean on him. And also lean on Rojo. Don't start trying to get cute and being creative. We gonna go wildcat snap. It sounds good, but don't start making this thing complicated. And then also just make sure that the connection amongst yourself and the players is crisp and that it looks a lot more smoother than last week. Because last week, the second half of the Indy game and last week, boom, it looked like you're starting to get your head on straight. Let's continue to get our head on straight, but let's also see if we can start this game on fast. If you start this game on fast and you allow your defense to get pumping behind the home crowd, it's going to be a slaughter. But you got to do your part first and foremost on the offensive side of the ball.
Evie has a great point here. Keep the penalties to a minimum. The 10 penalties, and especially what was it, 5 or 6 of those were pre-snap penalties.
Yeah.
You got to cut that down. You got to cut that shit down, bro.
Yeah.
Evie your money with the second comment too.
And I want to add
Convert on
this.
third downs, 100% fact. Go ahead, C-Dub.
I just want to add this with when it comes to Caleb and DJ. Coaches, y'all can help out with that, with them coming together too. It ain't just got to be them two. Where's Shane and where's Matt Eberflus? Let's help them get that cohesion, because that's part of your job too.
For sure.
Great point. Christopher here says Rojo blocks, Swift is dual threatening, Khalil is the receiver. No, Khalil Herbert is literally not good at receiving
He
the
might
football.
be phased out.
That's literally one of the worst aspects of his game. He's not good at catching the ball out the backfield. So that's, and that, to C-Dub's point, that's why you may have seen we didn't see any of Khalil last game.
I don't think he played. Did he play a couple
He did.
snaps?
I know he didn't get a run attempt. Yeah,
he didn't get a run attempt at all.
He played very little snaps last week.
Hey,
I thought he was going. I thought they was going to look to him, but hey, I ain't in the place to be sitting here vying and throwing my fist up for guys to come and get the minutes. I don't care, as long as I know who, bro. Fix it and just make sure it makes sense. Whoever in the running back gonna run the ball, just make sure they hitting the hole, and don't put your offense in a bad position by trying to get too cute and do too much. If this is only going to allow 1 or 2 yards picked up, that's what we're going to allow for that specific down. Move on.
That's positive. We want positive runs.
Exactly.
At all.
And we finally saw, by the way, Shane Waldron must have finally checked out Chicago Bears Central. We saw Rojo and Swift on the field at the same guy. How long have I been calling for this?
Since offseason. You've been saying that a lot, bro. What about this drip? They put the big guy back there too to lead block.
Kramer. That's crazy,
I love it.
bro.
And he wiped dude out at the goal line. He wiped him out.
I love it.
Somebody at some point got to explain to me why we don't see more of Doug Kramer now that he's healthy. I understand why when he wasn't healthy, but now that he's healthy, listen, if nothing else, that's a big ass human, bro.
It is, bro.
He looked like he can move a little bit too, the way he playing fullback. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. He can help you out in some short yardage stuff. Or if you want to say, hey, we're finna take this shot, we're going max protection, get up in there. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he can move well enough to pick up a block. So
yeah. I mean, now at this point, I do agree with Christopher to this point of, just to paraphrase, if you're not gonna use Khalil Herbert, move his ass. Because he's an expiring contract. If you are not going to play him anymore, and at this point, once you come to the realization, if he's phased out of the offense and you're going to be going with Rojo, you're going to be going with Swift, move him. Get some type of compensation back for him before he walks away for nothing. You knew you wasn't about to pay David Montgomery. You should have moved his ass too.
Yep. And hey, Drip, now, I don't know what the hell they doing with Valus. But don't you think, because you probably need one just in case, right? Don't they got to make a decision between the two? Don't you think they would have to make a decision between Velus or Herbert?
No, because Valus isn't part of any decisions. You just need to cut his ass. You can't be making no decisions because of Valus.
But then ain't it cruel and unusual punishment, though? Damn, he made that mistake.
His existing is cruel and unusual punishment. What the fuck are we talking about?
But damn, cut the brother. Damn, he can't play one game. You grounded, bro. You ain't playing no more. Go sit on the sideline.
Bro. Like, listen, bro. Like, at this point, when it comes to Valus Jones, bro, he's a non-motherfucking factor, bro. I don't even think about Valus Jones anymore.
It's just one of those moments when you was back in high school and you fucked up real bad to the point you don't even want to tell your homie. She's like, damn, bro, I just fucked up. That's Vegas, man.
They gotta do something with the kid, man. Set him loose. We could go get an offensive lineman or something for the roster spot or something. Damn, he's just sitting there.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't give a fuck anymore. Again, another reason why these motherfuckers should have listened to us when we told you not to fucking keep his ass on this goddamn motherfucking roster.
They
Told y'all
love
to
him,
go do
bro.
what y'all gotta do, guys.
Is we gonna see Velez the rest of the season? Be honest though.
Vegas?
Yes.
Maybe.
No, man.
No?
Oh, you can never say never.
Maybe.
You can never say never. You can never say never.
See him again.
I say it's about a 20% chance, no lie.
Mike, you're actually wrong on that. The keep in mind the Detroit Lions gave him a contract with $8 million fully guaranteed. The Bears offered him no guaranteed money, none.
Ooh.
So it's not the same contract at all. That's a big difference when you talk about guaranteed money in the NFL. A big difference.
So to be correct, the annual average was the same, but there was no guaranteed money involved.
Yes, the annual average was about the same, but none of it was guaranteed.
Then you go get the guaranteed money.
Oh, absolutely.
You're a running back. You go get the guaranteed money.
So especially in that time when how running backs getting paid, you take the guaranteed money. So
and I ain't gonna lie, Monty look different. He look different right now. Monty look.
I mean, he's in Detroit. He ain't got nothing to do before. You can't go outside. What are you doing? You can't go outside.
Hey, the way dude bounced off of Monty was crazy though.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I was like, shit.
Monty always been like that. It just looked like he got
always
more
had
speed.
the powerful runs though.
He looked faster. He looked faster to me.
Yeah.
I always get better when they leave us.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Another thing that I want to see, and I'm not saying you can't just do this. You have to set it up, right? You have to have success in either your mid-passing game or on the ground to really set this up. But I do want to see more opportunities downfield, big, because one thing that we know about Caleb Williams, he has the big arm. He hasn't been accurate either. So I want to be clear. It's not all on the coaching staff for their play. Like, you got to move away from things that aren't working. But I want to see eventually us start getting more to going down the field a little bit more in that passing game.
Absolutely. And he missed a couple last week, a couple open ones, easy touchdowns. Yeah. Not even counting the one where him and DJ had that little mix up. I think that's gonna come. That's what this kid is all about. I think he's just pacing himself, and eventually he's gonna get the bomb in it. That's Caleb. That's how he been. Maybe this is a different guy once he comes to the pros, but I don't think so. He gonna be bombing it. I ain't worried about it. To tell you the truth.
That's fair.
That's fair. At least work on the setup for some of those things. Caleb Williams definitely has missed some, but he hit some big ones as well. You know what I'm saying? Even in the Colts game, it was the crosser route from Rome. Hey, he missed he did. He got the ball out to another receiver. I can't remember who it was, but Rome was streaming up the, you know what I'm saying, up the seam on he checked down to Cole Kmet. But man, if he had just a little bit more time, I believe he takes that shot. So the offensive line, they got to do that damn job too.
Now, y'all asked about Velus Jones. The one that we need to ask about, where the hell is Tyler Scott?
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's another one.
Like, he just fell off the planet.
Like, Carter just probably outplayed him and took his spot. I thought the way Carter playing, I thought that would be Tyler Scott.
That's what I'm saying.
Obviously not. What's going on with Scott? I have no idea. That's a great question, big dog. Great question. He had such a great preseason, didn't he?
Listen, all we heard throughout training camp was the chemistry that him and Caleb Williams had together.
Yeah, he got the speed, and you just talked about downfield. He's the perfect guy for that, but he in the doghouse. I ain't heard about him being injured or anything like that, so he definitely in the doghouse for sure.
Yeah, so
for sure.
We'll see. Now with DeAndre Carter, he was on the injury report today, so maybe that opens up something to maybe see Tyler Scott, but
for the first time this season, is that right?
Hey,
has he played? He has not played.
He's not played. Well, if he's played, he ain't did much.
I don't think he's dressed. I don't even think he's dressed for this season. That's crazy, bro.
It is, ain't it?
He must have called Matt Eberflus a bit. If you worried over here with us at CBC, you could have called Matt a bit.
That's wild.
That's
wild. All right, last question for you guys before we get up out of here. I know we saw improvement last week, and even in the second half, I feel like we saw some really solid play calling from Shane Waldron. How much did the week 4 game, how much faith in Shane Waldron was restored to you guys seeing what he did in the second half of that game?
I want to hear nephew. What you think,
Oh,
nephew?
I feel good. I always kind of had the faith though. I just think that there has to be there is a working relationship when it comes to this offense, and it's involved Shane Waldron getting guys in the best position, calling things that make sense to set up other things that you want so you can have an explosive offense. But then we go back to the personnel stuff. Guys can't be out here being lazy when it comes to effort. Guys
Mhm.
can't keep getting pre-snap penalties. If you want to have a successful drive, you gotta be crisp for most of your drives. So I think that it was a little shaky, but I've been really good just to kind of see it work itself out before the bye week was what I was trying to hold myself to get into was that bye week. But 4 weeks in, I think we should all still feel pretty good where we at, especially after each and every week we've seen progression and better things being called and better player execution. So I say just give it a little bit more time, and then you will start seeing things pop out coming off that bye week. I think that's what is you gotta take the gloves off and you just gotta go. Especially last point, because after the bye week you facing Jaden Daniels.
Big game.
Yeah,
Big
important
game.
game.
Yes, it is, and I agree with you, nephew. But go this far when in terms of we talking about Shane Waldron. I want to see another. I want to see this game against Carolina before I be like, okay, it's starting to get better. And why? Because I think he's been reprimanded that week leading up to this game that just recently passed, and I think they like gave him restrictions. Call a good game, put the pressure on him, motherfucker. You ain't doing your job to the what we thought you could do. So now he feeling good. He had a good day calling calls. Now let's see if he relax or he stay on par. He stay on the same road in this next game. I don't want to be quick to be like, okay, now it's looking good. No. Now let's see after the reprimanded week, how do you do? That's what I say.
That's fair. I mean, the signs of improvement are there. The awareness, and like I said, I got to give him a lot of credit for Shane Waldron listening to his players and what they wanted to call and talk to him about. Like that's a big sign that as a man and as a coach, you listen to your players and to what DJ Moore said. You went in and then implemented it that a couple of days later. So let's keep building off of that. So
I will add this. I will say that as you move on, we have to see what our identity is going to be. And I'm talking about, are we going to be a team that's going to take the fight to we're going to be a team that take the fight to them, or is we going to be the ones that's going to ready to maneuver a little bit and then attack? You know what I'm saying?
you
Because
gonna fight or you doing the fighting? Is that what you saying?
exactly,
Yes.
exactly. Because I'm trying to see, like, if you looking around just within your division, we talking about a defensive coordinator in Minnesota who is blitz happy.
Happy. I can't
The
stand
finger is on the blitz trigger and he coming.
Yes.
So you gotta be able to hit some guys in the mouth to negate some of that.
Yeah.
So what the identity is going to look like. And then I'm also trying to see what the offensive identity is going to look like, because when you go play Detroit, they offensive line finna try to push some motherfuckers out the way.
Yes. Yes.
What your guys gonna try to do?
Yes.
Right now, I don't think we can necessarily pinpoint what our identity is or pinpoint what we do great or well at right now. That's what we need to start moving forward.
That's a fucking great. What kind of team are we 4 weeks into the season?
A
That's
defensive team.
You
Yep.
think
The
it's just
Chicago Bears.
defensive? Okay.
The only identity we have is the defense. And, we went over those stats to start. Like, we are an elite defensive team.
Absolutely.
That's our identity right now. And that's the identity that we've been used to as Bears fans for our whole entire existence. We're a defensive team. Now, we have still a lot of weapons. We still got a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball, but we haven't seen it come together yet. Whether it's the offensive line, whether it's play calling, whether it's a combination of all things, we can have all the potential in the world to be this good defensive team, but until we see it, it don't matter.
Absolutely.
I mean, offensive. I said defensive, a good offensive team, but until we
Mhm.
see it, it don't matter.
Yeah, and I think the possibilities it's a lot of possibilities of what team this can be on the offensive side too. Could they be a run and gun team? They got the receivers and the weapons. Could they be a rushing team? I feel like we got the rushes to do so. I think it's entirely up to Shane And Caleb, what type of offensive team? I ain't worried about the defense. What kind of offensive team are we going to be?
That's a fact.
And I think we need to find that out like
ASAP.
quickly, though. Like quickly.
ASAP. Your division games might define your season.
I don't think it's might at this point. Like Bleacher, I don't know if y'all saw it or not. Bleacher Report came out with a prediction of every team's record for the rest of the season. Right? They got every team in the NFC North finishing at 10-7.
Wow!
I was thinking that. I'm like,
I don't know if a division in the NFL is all finished with the same winning record. I know it's probably happened with like losing records, but as far as the same finishing with all the winning record, that would mean that your divisional matchups and the tiebreakers within that division are going to become one of the most important things on the back half of the season. If we're even close to every team, I would even say finishing within a win of each other, that those divisional matchups become even more important in that time period, because this isn't the NBA where every team in the division can technically make the playoffs. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So.
And the schedules, you are right. And the schedulers definitely gave us a favor with a rookie quarterback and having all of those. Because I can't remember never playing no division games to like, what is it, week 10 or something like that? Or
week 10, week 11.
Week 10, week 9, something like that.
That's like, wow. Okay, so that's like a layup for us. That's like a good shout out to us. So I think this is the best division in the NFL, to tell you the truth.
I agree with you.
It has the most parity of anyone in the NFL. Like throughout all the teams there's a lot of parity in it. And right now, rightfully so, we the small dogs in the yard because we haven't proved it before. Green Bay has gone to the playoffs. Detroit is right now the top of the division. And despite my thoughts that the Minnesota Vikings were going to struggle, they look like a damn good team so far this season.
That's the crazy part.
Fucking Darnold.
Bro,
so the Bears can't take none of these games coming up lightly. None.
Bro, it's what type of what karma? Who did Virginia McCaskey? Whose dick did she not suck? that the fucking Minnesota Vikings with Sam Darnold as their goddamn quarterback are getting solid QB play, and we got the number 1 pick in the draft, and through whatever's going on, like it just. Bro, what are we doing, bro?
How about this drill? Jared Goff just went perfect. 18-18. The Weasel damn near brought the Packers back the last game too. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's so much talent in this division, bro. It's so
Tell
much.
Virginia McCaskey to take them dentures out for a second. Somebody
she only take them out when it's time.
He bogus.
I wasn't ready. Oh my God. Jesus. That is hilarious. Any last thoughts, fellas, before we get up out of here, man?
Big time game. Everybody I know the fans do not overlook Carolina. We actually have to play a football game. You don't automatically get a win. So don't overlook Carolina.
Do not overlook Carolina. And we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all subscribe before y'all roll out.
Absolutely. Hit that subscribe button because I know some of y'all are freeloading this bitch. We're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers before the end of the season. So y'all make sure y'all get in there, man. But we appreciate you guys for turning in. Make sure you guys are following the channel at Shy Bear Central. You send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you guys want to leave a text message and our voicemail, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. And we working out some kinks. We could have a big announcement coming here very, very shortly. That's all I'm going to say. Could be a major announcement coming. That's all I'm